10 things that you should never say to your customer if you work in customer service. First one is, I'm just doing my job, or I just work here.
Well, I gotta say, your policy doesn't make sense. It's obvious you created them to protect your company, not your customers. It's full of crap, to say the least.
Pamela, I'm just doing my job. I just work here. Not only does it highlight the helplessness of our situation, but also your lack of empathy. It's like saying, you're not allowed to feel that way because I'm just doing my job. Remember that even if you cannot do anything for the customer because of the company policy, you still need to acknowledge her feelings. And saying, I'm just doing my job, I just work here, is the opposite of that. Instead of saying, I'm just doing my job, acknowledge your customer's feelings. If it's your company's fault, then apologize. But if it's not, empathize with her. We all just want to be heard. And if possible, explain the reason why you cannot grant your customer's request.
Your policy doesn't make sense. It's obvious you created them to protect your company, not your customers. It's full of crap, to say the least.
I understand this is frustrating for you, Pamela, especially that you ordered 10 pieces of them.
Exactly. It is frustrating.
The company decided this because a survey revealed that most customers are not comfortable buying from stores that accept returned swimwears. So the best thing that I can do for you now is to refund your returnable items. But as for the bikinis, we have no choice but to ship them back to you. Empathizing with your customers addresses their feelings, while explaining the reason behind the policy addresses the logical part of their brain. So, if you combine the two techniques, then there's a great chance that your customer is going to calm down and eventually understand. And number two is, I don't understand. You're talking really fast. Slow down.
Tried placing an order yesterday, didn't work. I tried it again, didn't work. I tried for the third time, didn't work. Today, I checked my bank statement and you charged me 3 times. What's going on? You didn't send me a confirmation and you're charging
Sorry,
me?
I don't understand. Hold on. You're talking really fast. Remember that it is your job to make the customer understand. And if you don't understand the problem, then it is also your job to define the problem by asking probing questions. Never say that you don't understand. Even if you say, I'm sorry, before I don't understand, it is still offensive because it's like saying that your customer is explaining the problem poorly. Or if your customer is talking fast and you say, I don't understand, it's like you're saying, can you keep it together? I don't understand. Can you explain it well? What you want to do instead of saying, I don't understand, is to ask specific questions about the parts that you don't understand, and then you let the customer fill in the blanks. This way, she will feel that you're interested in her problem. Just to clarify, you placed the order 3 times and all of them didn't work. Am I right?
Correct.
And this morning, you're seeing 3 charges on your bank statement?
Yes, and I received no confirmation email about the order, so I knew that the order wasn't successful.
I see. Got it. Can you give me a minute to check your account and see what caused the error? Number 3 is, it's not our fault, it's not my fault.
I can't believe you tricked me into buying something, and now that I want to return it, you're saying, oh no, it's not possible. Company policy.
It's not our fault. Our return policy states that items are only returnable within 30 days. I don't need to explain why this is rude. You work in customer service. You're supposed to solve majority of the problems, not point fingers or deflect blame. The next time that you have the urge to say it's not my fault or it's not my our fault, then try to just explain the reason why you cannot do something for the customer.
And now that I want to return it, you're saying, oh no, it's not possible. Company policy.
We accept all items for return as long as they're within the 30-day time frame. But as it turns out, your order is already beyond that. Another version of this is, it's not my fault, it's someone else's fault. It's his fault, it's her fault, it's their fault. You should never say this if that someone else that you're pointing the blame to is also working in your company. Because bad mouthing your colleague is also bad mouthing your company. Number 4 is, you're wrong, you misunderstood, you misheard me.
Let me check if I got your email right. That's V for violin, A for apple, L for log, E for egg, R for rabbit, I for India, A for Apple at gmail.com.
No, no, you're wrong. You misheard me. After L, instead of E, it's letter Y. The rest is correct. The problem with this sounds condescending. Can't you just answer without actually highlighting your customer's mistake? How would that sound?
L for log, E for egg, R for rabbit, I for India, A for Apple at gmail.com.
After L, instead of E, it should be letter Y. The rest is correct. As you heard, the agent statement stood just fine without saying you're wrong or you misheard me. There are a lot of ways to say someone is wrong without actually saying that they are wrong. Number 5, honestly, to be honest, to tell you the truth, to be completely honest with you. People say this phrase when they're about to be blunt or they're going to say something that the listener wouldn't like or don't want to hear. It's like an attempt to soften the blow of a bad news. But by saying so, actually makes the bad news even worse. To be honest with you, your refund is still in progress. To tell you the truth, our shipments are a little delayed this week. To be completely honest with you, we're currently waiting for an update from the management. When a statement starts with "to be honest with you," it's usually going to be followed by an admission of guilt, a confession, a harsh truth, complaining, or bad news. It also feels like you have been dishonest all along. Because why else would you say "to be honest with you"? Does it mean that you have been dishonest before this statement? Every time you start your statement with "to be honest with you," to be completely honest with you, to tell you the truth, and an "oh shit" alarm goes off in your customer's head, and they immediately think, "Oh God, this can't be good. Nothing ever good comes out after 'to be honest with you.'" Number 6, calm down, just relax.
No, 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 no. You've been misleading me all this time. You've been giving me false hope. What makes you think I'll believe you this time? I am done trusting your company. I trusted you, and look where that got me. I'm damn if I trust a word you say ever again.
Please calm down, Tabitha. Please relax. Telling someone to calm down probably never has made anyone calm. And that's because it sounds condescending. It's like saying, "Here you are, cool as a cucumber, and your customer can't keep it together, can't keep her shit together." Don't tell your customer how to feel because feeling is irrational. They can't control it. And if you do tell them to calm down, you're antagonizing them and it'll just make the situation worse. When it comes to situations where you badly need your customer to calm down so that you could do your job and resolve her issue, the best thing that you could do is to listen and acknowledge her feelings and frustration. That's it. We all just want to be heard as humans, and that's the best way to do it. Once her feelings are acknowledged, then you can do your job and proceed to the resolution. It works like a charm.
No, 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 no. I trusted you, and look where that got me. I'm damn if I trust a word you say ever again.
What happened to your order was unacceptable. It wasn't what we wanted you to experience, and this is frustrating, I understand. Let me fix this for you. I am going to contact the warehouse team right now to have a replacement sent to you within 24 hours, and they will make sure that it is the right color this time. Number 7, unfortunately, unluckily. Anything that starts with "unfortunately" or "unluckily" is bad news. You don't even have to finish the whole sentence. You just know as a customer that nothing good comes out of that. This is similar to be honest with you. You just know before the sentence is even finished that you're not going to get what you want. And unfortunately is quite a common word in customer service. In fact, that was my go-to word every time I deliver a bad news to my customers. Unfortunately, Claire made a mistake. And lately, I have been trying to figure out the best alternative for "unfortunately" that would sound less negative. And my research led me to Apple. The word unfortunately is one of the forbidden words of Apple's customer service training manual. Instead of saying unfortunately, you replace it with as it turns out. Before, if it was unfortunately, we don't have that in stock, you can say as it turns out, we don't have that in stock. Or better yet, you can say as it turns out, we can order that part for you. Another example, unfortunately, we currently don't offer discounts on kitchen supplies. A better version would be, as it turns out, we currently don't offer discounts on kitchen supplies. The best version, as it turns out, the kitchen supplies are currently being sold at their regular price. Number 8 is actually. This is probably the most favorite word of Filipinos. This is my favorite too because I use this all the time as a filler. But if you work in customer service, you really need to be watchful with your usage of this word. And that's because it's a subtle way of saying FYI, for your information, you're wrong and I'm right. Let me correct you, let me enlighten you once and for all. It just sounds condescending.
I love shopping from your website, but you've been sending me too many emails. I'm receiving like 10 emails a day. What's going on?
Actually, there's an option to reduce the email frequency. Would you like me to walk you through it?
Yes, but I'm running late for work. Is it quick?
It's actually very quick, I promise. It'll only take a few seconds, actually.
Actually, why don't you just take me off your mailing list right now and just actually stop sending me emails? How's that?
What to say instead of actually? Nothing. Completely remove it and you're good.
I'm receiving like 10 emails a day. What's going on?
There's an option to reduce the email frequency. Would you like me to walk you through it?
Yes, but I'm running late for work. Is it quick?
It's very quick, I promise. It'll only take a few seconds.
All right, how do I do it?
The meaning is unchanged. It's less offensive. It's not condescending. And it's also less wordy. The only scenario that I can think of where it's okay to say actually when correcting someone is when you're delivering an extremely good news that you're sure that your customer is going to be ecstatic about.
Well, that's a shame. I really love that dress. Too bad you don't have it in medium.
Oh, it's actually available now. The new stocks just arrived this morning, so you can now order the medium.
Oh, great. Perfect.
Number 9 is your account is not in our database, or I don't see your account in our database.
Email is apple, like the fruit, apple@gmail.com.
Thank you. Let me check that here. I don't see your account in our database.
Are you kidding? What do you mean? I was just charged $1,500.
As you heard, the agent was already jumping to a conclusion without probing. What you want to do instead is this.
At gmail.com.
Thank you. Let me check that here. Just to clarify, that's S for Sam, T for Tom, A for Alpha, R for Romeo, K for Kilo at gmail.com. Is this correct?
Yep.
This email doesn't seem to have a match in our system. Do you happen to have the order number?
See, that's the thing. I don't have it. I didn't receive a confirmation. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Do you have another email address that you could have registered with this order?
Oh, yes, I do. Try Karen@gmail.com. That should work. I remember it now. Yeah.
When is it okay to say this? You can say this when, after a thorough search, there's still no result in the system. You've already asked for the order number, the email address, the account number, everything, and there's still no result. At this stage, it's pretty safe to conclude that the customer might be calling the wrong company. Number 10 is no. I am not saying that you should never say no. That would be impossible. What I'm saying is there are situations when instead of no, you can say something else.
Did you get what I just said?
I'm sorry, I actually didn't. Can you repeat that, please? The less often you say no, the better. For example,
Did you get what I just said?
yes, I just need to clarify some details. You said that an order number was generated, but you did not receive a confirmation email. Am I right? Second example.
Could you check the status of my refund? I still haven't received it.
I can. That's not on my department, but let me transfer you to the refunds department. Sure. Let me transfer you to the refunds department because they have the access to your billing account. But what about those times when you have no choice but to say no because of the company policy? In this case, try your hardest to look for an alternative, the next best thing. What if it's not possible? What if there's no alternative? What if the only thing that the customer wants is this one thing that you can never grant? What would you do? In this case, just say no. That's okay. You're not a magician. Just tell your customer clearly that you cannot do this thing for her. For example, if your customer wants to return a non returnable item, specifically a used bikini, then of course you cannot say, yes, we can. You can probably give her a voucher if the company allows it, or maybe your company can give an exception. But what if an exception has already been given and she's returning a bikini for the second time? That's really a no. There is no other way to sugarcoat that. Just say no and explain the reason behind that policy. And that's it. She's not going to hang up the phone happy, but what can you do? Just remember that before saying no, you've explored all possible solutions, all possible alternatives and options. But if there's no way that you could say yes, then say no. All right, that is all for today. If you have any questions, comments, requests, comment down below.